show. Yeah, that's right. Welcome in. Welcome back, folks, to a 3 things Marcus Freeman must address and change in order to win Notre Dame's next championship edition at Always Irish Show. As always, you can find the program on YouTube. Do it. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Appreciate it very much. Get a video a thumbs up. That helps Yanni out as well. Notifications on that way you don't miss nothing. Twitter, search bar Always Irish or at Always Irish Inc. Emails alwaysirishnd@gmail.com. Audio only. Anywhere you want it, you can get it. Don't want to see my face? Who could blame you? Go to audio only. How do you think I feel? I got to look at my face in this camera every day. There's no escape. The call-in lines, 312-988-15. Dialed up, tell Johnny Boy all you've heard and seen. Notre Dame Fighting Irish brought to you by SI. Read all about it. Patreon.com/Always Irish. He the former captain. He the leading tackler. Mike Goolsby and myself breaking it all down. I believe Jack Sullivan, the ND recruiting account on Twitter, he's going to join us Monday. Hopefully be able to sort through some of the Notre Dame stuff going on. Maybe get me to calm down a little bit. So stay tuned for that. All right. I've been doing a lot of thinking. And this time of year, a lot of the attention's on recruiting, and I get it. It's the only thing going on, whatever. Rough week for Notre Dame in that regard. I wanted to kind of think, if we may, a little differently for a second. And recruiting's a part of it, but this is going to be bigger picture. But recruiting's a part of it. I was thinking about how far Freeman and Notre Dame have come in 3 years and how far they got to go to get to title tier. Not title game appearance. Getting it over the hump. And here's the thing. This is a tough bar to clear, obviously. You made it to the title game last year. You won more big games in the last 3 years than we've had in 30 years. A lot of good things have happened. 5-3. Freeman's 5-3 against top 10. 63% win rate. Almost 40% higher than his predecessor, who was 4-13 in those games. All right? And just out of curiosity, I looked up Weiss as well. Just out of curiosity, I looked up his record. 1-3. So he only had 4 of those games. The one win was 0-5 at the Big House. Really interesting. Look at these losses. Oh, this is painful for a guy like me. The losses, Michigan 47-21, Michigan 38-0, and Bush push. You want to talk about some painful losses, Charlie. 38-0 loss to Michigan, 47-21, and the Bush push. Kill me now. Son of a buck. Rough road. Anyways, we're beyond that now. Freeman seems to get more out of his team in big game moments than it looks like should be possible when you just look at the raw talent. Doing some really, really good things. Objectively good things. Not debatable good things. That being said, the goal here is a title. Get this baby over the hump. And we're not there yet. We're not there yet. I want to look at 3 things I think in the short term Freeman can address and upgrade and change. And if he does, it'll go a long way to getting that next title in Notre Dame shelf in the Goog. Let's get into it. Number 1, stop losing games when you're a 4-touchdown favorite at home. Marshall, Stanford, Northern Illinois. Freeman is 28-8 in the regular season. He should be a robust 31-5. You can't afford losses at all if you're Notre Dame in the playoff era, especially these. The margin's tight, the margin's small. You can't afford to lose games. And if you're going to lose one, it's got to be one of the big ones that's a possible loss. Can't be these. Now, you can lose one of these and still make a playoff run and almost win the title. We just did that. But it just makes your life way, way harder. Your margin for error, there's almost none left. Like, I'm not saying it can't be done. It just makes your life really miserable and tough. Look at what Notre Dame had to do last year after that dumb Northern Illinois game. It just puts a lot of undue stress on the whole situation. You just can't afford it anymore. So you gotta hope. Tough lessons were learned about not taking anybody for granted, preparation in those weeks heading into those games. You can't take it easy. You can't say, oh, don't worry about it. We're just going to walk through it today. Everybody relax. You can't do it anymore. You can't do it anymore. There are stories that came out that signify we didn't take these games seriously. Walkthroughs instead of hitting, letting guys know everybody's going to rotate this week. Goolsby's right when he says it on Patreon. When that's the message you're sending the team the week leading into the game, you're sending a message. It ain't a big deal. This game's not a big deal. We got it. Don't worry about it. Can't do it anymore. So that's got to be over. It doesn't preclude you from making a deep playoff. It just makes your life really hard. Number 2, you got to reach spit it out. You've got to reach a higher level in recruiting consistently. You just do. And again, listen, I don't expect Notre Dame to land top 5 classes. 6, 7, 8 inside the top 10 year after year after year should be totally reasonable and doable for Notre Dame. Especially with the on-field success you had last year. Like 6, 7, 8 should be it. Figure it out. You listen, and here's the other part. You can't just load up where we already have been loading up. You got to start finding a way to better fill out these position groups where you don't have that history. Wide receiver, D-line's always something we talk about. Like, you can't. I know it's nitpicky, but it's like you got to start hitting heavy in the areas of need, not just padding the areas that are already good enough. And I need you not to do one or the other. You need to do both. And I know I'm asking for a lot, but you got to keep recruiting the position groups you've been doing a good job at and keep doing a good job. And then start doing a better job consistently in the areas where we lack. Wide receivers, top of mind. D-line, especially inside, another one. You also can't afford to lose guys on signing day anymore. It's just such a brutal add right around signing day or short to it, and you lose your top guy. You just can't. You can't do it. Now, I know it's easier said than done for me to say these things. And technically, I guess we did prove you could get into title position without elite recruiting. We do have evidence of that. It just happened last year. But it certainly would make life easier to have more talent in key places. I expected Freeman to be having an easier job recruiting elitely. I thought he could have Notre Dame near the top 5 every year. It's been a lot harder to do than what I wanted it to be. And even after a deep playoff run, it is still proving to be hard. You're not getting a lot of benefit of the doubt, whatever. I don't expect top 5. That's tough for Notre Dame, no matter who the coach is. Get in that top 10 multiple years in a row. 6, 7, 8. The difference between 3 or 4, 6, 7, 8th ranked classes in a row versus 11, 12, 13, it adds up to be a big difference. You may not think it on the recruiting sheet. It ends up making a big talent difference. Totally reasonable. Get up in that 6, 7, 8. And I know it's like, well, it's easy for you to say, how do you make it happen? I don't know. I ain't getting paid millions of dollars to figure it out. Figure it out. It's got to get better. Ratchet it up. Here's number 3. Hit on a young QB. Hit on a young QB. If it's indeed Carr, he needs to hit. If you could get, and by hit, I don't mean perfect as a first-time starter all year. I just mean a clear and direct, high talent, gifted, upward trajectory guy. You could hitch the anchor to the next few years, and he will be the face of the program when Love's gone. You'll have stability at the most important position in sports for multiple years. And the side benefit of that is it should help you recruit some wide receivers if you have a guy that can pass the ball all over. If that's got to help recruiting wide receivers. And we haven't had that. Is those guys feeling like they're a priority and they're involved, intimately involved in the offense? They're not just running routes and blocking and nothing happens? Whatever. If you could hit on this quarterback, it will provide you long-term stability, multiple years, stabilize that position, the offense. You could get better and develop together with the group for a few seasons. That's where you want to go. That's where you want to go. Now, the caveat to that is, yeah, I need that quarterback in the passing game to ramp up. Everything else can't fall back. I still need the defense to be good. I need the O-line to be good. I need the run game to be good. Like, this isn't plus something to minus something. I need the areas that are already been good enough to stay good enough, and then add this to it. Notre Dame's tough to beat then. Top 10 defense, good O-line, good running game, and a quarterback that can throw it and scare people for multiple years. That's a tough Notre Dame team to beat that doesn't have a clear weakness you could attack. That's what I'm talking about. So, short term, really simplified. You can't afford to lose the dumb games you have no business losing. You got to find a way to get these recruiting classes all in the top 10 somehow, some way. It's got to get better, and I thought it would be easier for Freeman to do this, and it's proven to be. Got to get in the top 10 every year. Hit on the young quarterback. And Notre Dame's going to be a playoff mainstay, tough to beat. What do you think? Don't forget to check out the merchandise. The link is in the description. You can browse and carouse all the different Always Irish gear. Make sure you head over there and get something for the next tailgate. Thanks for being here.